Hi anybody, it's me, Luppi. Let's continue our little adventures. I know we had a disappointing event happen last time. We're not gonna think about it, we're not gonna talk about it. You know, at some point, as you play Minecraft, you're gonna fall into lava. It happens. Whether it's in the overworld in a cave, or just in the overworld because you weren't paying attention, or in the nether, you know, everybody loses something to lava at some point. It had to happen. It's not a we got it out of the way, it's a it happened and it's gonna happen again. Hopefully not today. That would be a downer. That would be a double downer right there. That would be unfortunate. To the extreme. Do we even have pickaxes? We do. Not many, but we do. And we got a replacement thingy. Cool. I don't know which way we're going. I don't know what we're gonna do today. I think today we might, I don't know. Like, I feel like exploring the cave is kind of a downer thing. Because I was so sad last time. But I've had time to recover emotionally, mentally. It's just been and having the resolve, I suppose, to just keep going forward. Hello, cave. Let me see. It's been a while, so I don't really remember the layout of this place. Although I don't always remember the layout, period. Like, it's hard, you know? You go through so many caves, it's hard to remember them all. Or even most of some. But I think we're reaching the stuff where we died. Yeah, I dug that out. Should be nothing here. That it? Oh, there's something here. Nothing I care about. Nice. I love the random sound effects. Gotta love the game trying to creep you out. You know, I am really grateful for one thing though, and that is that we didn't find any, and we didn't lose any diamonds last time. So that's... And then we went all the way to bedrock. Okay. That's cool. I wish I had little plates so I could be like, this is level 1, this is level 2. Layer 16. I'm struggling to navigate those still, I suppose. Because we were... Down here is where the things are, right? Or are they? I do not know. I thought we were doing okay in terms of navigation. Then I got myself all turned about. Because yeah, that's all that's up here is that thingy. And that tunnel that leads to nowhere. So I guess this is the way. But it's not, because it just leads to lava. Okay. And we could charge in there if we wanted to lose everything. That seems a little too silly for my liking, personally. I don't really have much in the way of stone pickaxe, though, I suppose. And we don't have any sticks that survived either, right? That's what I thought. Or maybe if we did, we put them away? I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay. So that's that for that tunnel. Neat. We were unable to find the tunnel we died in, though. Although, it might be this way? Hey, buddy. Hey, we got a little vein. Nice. It seems we were not betrayed by... we weren't abandoned by Providence. We weren't betrayed by Providence. We weren't abandoned. To be betrayed, like, that's just like getting creepers dropped on you for, like, constantly just dying for 2 hours. Go into the woods, creeper falls out of a tree. Go underground, creeper falls on you. That would be Providence abandoning you. But to think we lost all that iron and all that random stuff just for a little coal. That is, it does hurt. It does, I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, little slimy boy. I don't really care because, I mean in the game they're twomps and twimps, but, it's hard for me to care if I can't feed the slime balls to frogs. That is their utility. That's why I care. Alright, I guess... I know I'm not gonna waste my iron pickaxe on mere coal. I say, digging stuff out to get more iron. Alright, so... the other thing we have to address is, how was your holidays? How have you guys been? You guys in school getting time off? You at work? Did you work really hard this last 2 weeks? Are you suffering? I actually had a better week than I thought I would. Huh. Don't fall in. Don't fall in. I thought it would be a really bad week, and then I got an extra day off, so... that's cool. I enjoy having 4 days off sometimes. I'm gonna be honest, I wish I had 4 days off every week. That would be great. Maybe then I wouldn't constantly be behind on everything. I'd actually get stuff done. But then I wouldn't have a paycheck that was large enough to accommodate me being an idiot. I spent too much money on Christmas for, like, family members. It all started when, someone asked for a very expensive thing, and I was like, you know what? That's more or less what I was gonna spend on my parents, so you know what? Let's just try to spend that on everyone. And that was a very silly idea. Because not everyone is in their life situation like me, where I can just dunk money constantly. As long as it's not too much. Like, I'm not rich. I'm not even middle class. Like, my yearly salary... I say salary. My yearly income is like 30,000. It's not much. It's better than it could be. Like, I appreciate, in part, my job right now because I'm making more than I ever have, which is cool. But, like, you know, 30,000 is great to a person who's only known 20,000 or less. But, you know, it's still not enough for me to, like, afford to, like, see doctors regularly or to buy a house or afford rent on my own. And food, you know, that's the thing. I could afford rent on my own, but I would not be able to afford food, probably. On one hand, it's nice because, like, I don't drive, so I have to worry about, like, car insurance and stuff. But at the same time, like, if you don't drive, that does limit where you can work. Because you're either stuck, needing to find rides from people you live with or around you or you work with, or you're stuck having to work at places you can get to on your own. Both of those options have their pros and downsides, you know. Personally, to me, the biggest downside of having other people being responsible for you to get to work is, like, you have to communicate with them all the time and make sure that, like, they've got their free days, and also you eat up their time, so that kind of sucks. Like, also, Like, you should pay for gas sometimes, you know? Especially if it's a little bit further out. That's kind of a fair thing to do. Or do something else to, like, show appreciation. I don't know. Kind of bums me out that it took COVID for work from home jobs to become a little more commonplace, a little more accepting of, like, because it used to be that, like, work from home jobs really only hired the best. Like, I don't know, like, I get it. Like, if you're going to have people who aren't going to be, like, supervised by management constantly, you kind of want them to either have the skills to back it up, that they deserve this privilege, or that you can trust them to not, like, goof off. At the same time, like, I don't know. I feel like most people don't need to have, like, eyes on their back the whole time, you know? So, those are kind of my feelings on it. Like, ideally, work from home would be more open just because it allows all kinds of people to have better options. So it really sucks that, like, it was only offered as a thing because of COVID, and then it, like, instantly got taken away as well. Like, that's awful. It's just objectively bad. If you care about workers' rights, or your own rights as a worker, you should definitely be paying attention to any CEO or any, like, executive type person who's saying things like, anyone who's against, like, work from home, other than, like, if they're very open about, like, our business has a lot of, like, a lot of properties and we can't survive, like, land values going down, like, our literal buildings being worth less. Like, that's understandable. It sucks, but that's understandable. My opinions as a person are, like, I don't care about buildings for the most part. Like, I care about them being safe to, like, work and live in. I don't really care about them, like, how much they're worth. I think caring about the worth of things before caring about the worth of, like, people's lives and ensuring that people can live worthy, happy lives is kind of backwards. And that's me. You know? It shouldn't be a political thought to say, like, oh yeah, people should just be able to live good lives, and the businesses shouldn't be able to get in the way of that for profit. But it is. It's a very political thought. You'll be slandered as a leftist just for saying that, even though it's a... I don't know, I feel like if you're kind of like a... What's the word? Like a humanist? Like, you know, like you care about people and their rights and stuff. That shouldn't make you automatically branded like a progressive. That should just be the middle of the road. Like, you'd have to be pretty darn anti-people to think, like, to argue against, like, humanity and call that, like, the conservative opinion. Like, it's just anti-humanity. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of, like, political professors who would be like, actually, you're wrong and stupid. The progressive ideals are inherently tied to progressing humanity's, like, well-being. So, screw you. And then the futurists would come in and they'd be like, actually, progress can only be measured in how many robot things we've got, so, screw you. Let's go to space. Let's build Dyson spheres and conquer the galaxy. What do we want to do? Do we want to dig, or do we want to explore? I'm feeling kind of awake, so I don't really care. Let's get some cobblestone. I forgot to grab that. Make some more tools. As we, cut short the, the weird political philosophy diatribe. And then, who would be the other group to step in? And they would be... post-humanists would step in and be like, actually, progress is measured by how many cute, like, android wives I can have. That's not really how they are. That's a gross mischaracterizing of them, but, I don't know. I've never really been a fan of post-humanism. Like, in some ways, it's kind of cool. Like, the idea that, you know, at some point in the future, like, humanity will actually, be archaic. Is the word, I guess, the idea that at some point, like, we will be relics, and thus ensuring our future in this world, however it has to be, you know, is actually pretty smart. I think that's kind of a cool idea. I don't know. I just think a lot of the times, though, like, it kind of just seems like an excuse for people to be like, I don't like myself right now, so I'd rather be something else. I'd rather be a robot me. I want to be an android me. I don't want to work out or exercise, so give me the robot body. And I mean, I can understand that. But I don't know. Like, even if you had a robot body, like, if you don't have self-esteem, or if you don't have, like, an idea of who you are, like, you're just gonna have the same issues. Like, you're just gonna see people with cooler body parts, and you're gonna be like, oh man, I'm not a good robot guy because I don't have tank treads, or I don't have, like, lasers installed. It's always gonna be something. So, for those of you who do want to be, like, cyborgs or androids, like, remember that. Don't fall into that trap of trying to keep up with the Joneses. Just, be happy with you. And if that means you get a tank cannon installed on your face and that's your nose, that's fine. If you want, like, speakers or wings or, like, super cool scanning photo whatever eyes, like, that's cool too. But I don't know. Like, I'm not against the cyborgification of humanity. I'm not against the othering of humanity, like, just you know, humanity going extinct and, like, cyborgs and mutants and whatever we can do genetically to people to make us no longer human. Like, I'm not against that as long as, like, the individuals it's happening to aren't against it as well. Like, I don't know, I feel like sci-fi's got a lot of cool examples of, like, mad scientists unwillingly, or not unwillingly, but performing operations on people who don't want them, you know? It's unwilling to the participants. So I think as long as the people being turned into cyborgs or mutants or having compound eyes or, like, prehensile tails, as long as that's what they want, that's fine. But I don't know. I don't think as a species we're there yet to accept people that way, you know? Like, we're still struggling to grok with the people having different skin colors and, like, different beliefs on how the world was created, you know? And the wild thing is, like, a lot of the most contentious, like, infighting with religions are between, like, groups that either have, like, basically the same origin story or literally have the same origin story. Like, there's so much weird, like, Christian, like, infighting because, like, every denomination believes it's the true one, like, intention of the whole Jesus story, which is wild. Like, I'm sure the historical man wouldn't really care that hard, as long as you're, like, treating people with decency. You know, that's the point. Don't use your faith as an excuse to, like, rip off people. Don't blasphemize the temples with the money. Don't exploit people. I'm sure it'd be fine with everything else. Well, not everything else, but, you know, like, you know. I really doubt that Jesus is gonna care if you're a furry. That's my opinion. That's my TED Talk. Jesus doesn't care if you're a furry. Jesus would probably hang out with you anyways. He'd probably make a belt and whip people who are trying to persecute you. And that goes with any, like, kind of person who's, like, persecuted. Unless you're, like, one of those groups of people where you're persecuted because you persecute other people. Like, if you're kind of a bigot, kind of a closed-minded, I'm sure he wouldn't appreciate that. But who knows? Like, the guy died 2,000 years ago. Allegedly. You always gotta add that, because you can make a strong case that there was a historical rabbi whose name probably wasn't Jesus, but was probably like something that got mistranslated throughout the eons it's been. And his story probably got combined with like a lot of other random stories. Like, there's a lot of random stuff, and there were probably like other people who were in a similar boat that the Romans executed around the same time as well, and all those stories kind of got combined. Like, I'm open to that. I know a lot of people wouldn't be, because it's not what the Bible says, but, you know, I've never read the Bible in full, despite owning a few copies of the thing, and despite living in a house with, like, probably dozens of copies of the thing, you know? I don't know, it's got some good lessons. It's got some neat semi-historical tidbits. But, it is an Iron Age text. And we are living in the post-information age. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna say, like, you're stupid if you believe it as is, and I'm not gonna say, like, we should take it with a grain... Well, yeah, we should take it with a grain of salt sometimes, you know? Like, I think it's definitely a text where you kind of gotta go big picture with some things and kind of gotta just nod your head and be like, well, you know, that was a good value or a good lesson for, like, 3,000, 2,000 years ago. Nowadays, we live in a world where, like, everybody can have a gun. And for whatever reason in this country, like, a lot of men get circumcised, so, you know, it doesn't... a lot of things just don't apply, you know? It's not like if God told me to, like, gather 84 skins, I could really do that easily. Without there being a lot of, like, extra loss of life. Extra loss of genitals, you know? And that's not really something we can blame the Bible on. I mean, other than, like... because that would be, like... I don't know. If God tells you to do something, is that... I don't know. I guess in popular culture, it's really common to see, like... you know, the, God's telling me to do stuff, and I'm just a guy with mental illness, you know? But, I don't know. Like, times change. Like how in various cultures, you know, people with various mental illnesses would be seen as, like, seers or shamans, you know? I don't know. Values change, I guess. That's the important thing. But no matter how much they change, like, for the time being, we're all humans. So that's kind of neat. It's kind of neat to think, like, for the past 500 to, like, 300,000 years, like, it's just been people walking the earth, being ding-dongs to each other, wandering around, getting themselves into horrible situations. Like, that's history, baby. Like, there's so many, like, random stories of, like, yes, explorers, really brave, also died horribly. Entirely their own fault. Oh my god. That's like, as a kid, like, those kind of stories would always bother me so much, because it's just so horrible to, like, be trapped in a place far from home with no way back and no way to get out of your current situation. Like, I don't know. I totally empathize with a lot of those like old-timey explorer people. Whether it was because of shipwrecks or being trapped on Antarctica or in the jungle, like, oh my gosh. But, I don't know. Just because the world's really scary doesn't mean we can't explore it. Like, you definitely have to know what you're doing. And even if you know what you're doing and you do everything right, you can still have a really horrible outcome happen. Like, that's kind of the wild thing about the way we live now, like, in our modern way of living. Like, we're really insulated from, or usually we're pretty insulated from, like, the ravages of the world, you know? Usually it takes something really going off the rails to change the status quo. And, like, I don't know. It's kind of wild to think that it's kind of a recent invention. It's not really world peace, but, you know, whatever we've got going on, it's pretty recent. Like, it's not really world peace because, like, the country I live in, the United States, has been at war for, like, a billion trillion years, you know? And a lot of it's illegal wars. Because we need Congress, technically, to declare war. But, you know. Sometimes it's like, who cares? We'll just let the president do it. I don't know. I still have torches. Okay. That's good. I was worried there for a second. What is that? I don't know. I think it's just like flavor. I think it's just artificial flavoring. Like you find in a ramen packet. It's just growing on the dirt there. Doesn't even need any grass. It's just okie dokie. I would apologize for talking about some serious stuff. Like, not in like a... like serious life stuff that's pertaining to people, but just like in serious topics that aren't really... that don't really line up with the fun and wackiness of Super Mario Minecraft, you know? But at the same time, like, as long as I'm not saying things like, this is what I believe, and it's 100% right, and you're dumb if you don't believe it, like, I think it's okay. Like, I'm fairly agnostic, but I did grow up in, not really I don't know, like, my mom's a Sunday school teacher, so it's kind of religious, but not really super religious. Like, it wasn't exactly shoved down my throat. Like, definitely, if we want to talk about religion, we can. But if we don't want to, if we didn't want to attend church, like, that wasn't an issue. I know a lot of households are also like that, and a lot of them aren't. That's kind of unfortunate when they're not. Just because that's a darn shame that people feel like the best way to continue the faith is to literally beat it into people's heads and tell them that there are no other options to believe or think. It's a darn shame. There's a lot of cool science facts, you know? And it shouldn't be like science versus religion. Like, I do think, even though I say I'm agnostic, I do place a lot of respect into actual faith. Because belief in anything is really hard. It really is. Like, to truly believe in something consistently is really hard. Like, we are... what's the phrase? And who said it? I don't remember who said it, but some smart guy said, we are not thinking creatures that feel, but feeling creatures that think. And I think that's a pretty good summing up of humanity. We really want to believe that we're rational and we're capable of thinking before we leap, but like we are torn. We are just ping-ponged around by our emotions very easily. And it doesn't really take much, depending on the person, it doesn't take much to like change that. Like, I was really upset earlier this month that the days I requested off for the last week, this week, were all denied, but then it turns out I got 4 days off in a row anyways, so that was pretty cool. Was that what I needed? Heck no. I'm still very behind on what I want. There's a lot of things that I didn't get done. Yep. But I did get a lot of stuff done. Got a lot of rest done. You know, I'm not as sleep deprived as I was before, so that's cool. I appreciate that a lot. Could I have gotten more sleep? Of course. Could I have gotten more stuff done? Oh yeah, and I really should have. But we'll see where things go. That's all you can do, you know? You do your best. What's the phrase? You do what you can, the best that you can, and await the results. I really love that phrase. Something I do try to live by. But yeah, back to the idea of faith. Like, it really is hard to be a faithful person. So I do respect people who actually are. That's actually one of the reasons, one of the two reasons that kind of led me to stop going to church and like not really take the religious teachings I was taught very seriously. Or at least they're not a priority, like they're not the foundation of my worldview anymore. Like they're still in there. Like I still have a lot of like weird and neat like Episcopalian Christian like perspective knocking around in here. But it's not the bedrock foundation, I would say, anymore. Like, and I'm not bitter about that. Like, you know, we're formed by what we experience. And I got to experience a very positive church community. But like even in that positive church community, like there's still a lot of hypocrisy and a lot of like, I guess, shallow understanding of the lessons of the Bible. And I guess that's what really kind of set me off was just people having or just not having like answers for why they do things when those things don't line up with what they say they believe. I don't know. That might be like undiagnosed autism speaking, but like people don't make sense sometimes, even though they say they make sense. So I don't know. I had to find my own answers. And I'd hope all of you can also find your own answers, no matter what kind of situation you're in. And it's okay if your answers are different than mine. Unless your answers are like, we gotta kill everyone. Then that's a little different. Then maybe find even different answers, please. I don't really want to be professing like hurting people. I like people. My life wouldn't be as entertaining and as full of value and good times without people, you know? At the same time, without people, I would have all the time in the world to do all the things I want. Yep. But I would not have any of the food to sustain myself for all that time, and I wouldn't have the emotional support to keep me going without it either, you know? That's the long and short of it. None of us are islands. Some people are strong enough to be temporarily, but I don't think anybody is really strong enough to be an island, you know. But But yeah, one of the other things that kind of got me, and like this is again like one of those things where it's like, is this just undiagnosed, like an undiagnosed disorder? But like just thinking about the logistics of heaven, like if everybody just keeps dying and just going there, like wouldn't it get pretty full at some point? Like I don't know, I liked that about Bleach, the manga Bleach. Like the afterlife there, like basically like it's a mess. Like you go there and you're sorted randomly into a bunch of different regions, and if you want to find like the family you had on Earth, like it's really hard to, because everybody just goes to random places based on like when they died or like how they died or what kind of person they were before they died. Like I don't know, like it's really like disturbing to think like that could, like that's a really horrible afterlife in some ways. But at the same time, like I don't know, like that's a lot of, we've got a lot of people and even more animals, like and then like is there an afterlife for like every world? Is it like separated, or is like all life in the universe goes to the same place? And like questions like that are just kind of things that kind of like stick in my brain. Like, is there like a Jesus for every world that exists? Like, is there one God and like an infinite amount of like children of God across every world that has life? Or is there just like, are we special? Or are we the only planet with like sentient life that God likes? Like, I don't know. These are questions that kind of like stick in my craw. And they don't really have good answers yet. So I don't know, if we met intelligent like other life and they were straight up like, yeah, we had like we're reptile people and we had reptile Jesus, like, you know, son of God, he talked to us, he gave us space flight, so we started preaching the good word to the rest of the universe. Like, I don't know, that'd be pretty wild. I don't know, when I start thinking about like lizard man Jesus, I just think about what's it called, what's the meme, Raptor Jesus and the rap the Velociraptor. God, there's so much dumb ways to just kind of poke fun at Christianity, but also like, I don't know, it's not like it deserves it, but it's not like it's not entirely undeserving either. How do I get back up? I'm done here. I don't want to be down here. I want to find the way up. I don't remember how to go up. I know it's kind of somewhere in this area, but it's not there. Don't make me dig my way up, please. I don't want to dig. Or is it this? Is this it? Maybe. Freedom? Maybe. Or did I just go in a circle? I went in a circle again, didn't I? I'm gonna see that. Yep. We just went in a circle. Gosh darn it. I see the flavoring and I'm like, why? Why would you let me do this to myself? Me? There's gotta be something. It's not like we just popped out of this stuff willy-nilly. And I don't think we're gonna find a way out going deeper. I mean, that wouldn't make sense. But also, like, there's only so many ways we can go around. And that's also deeper. Those two areas are also darker. So they're areas we haven't fully explored yet. As long as I don't get blown up while my back is turned. I mean, it would suck to get blown up no matter what, but it would suck to get blown up while my back is turned. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is that. Nice. Okay, so we're finding more stuff. Oh dear, I saw it. Yeah, it's fine. Well, we can fight. Well, if he's just hiding, that's fine. Let's see, and where was the other way? Down there. Oh, that leads to nowhere. Okay. Neat. So that's back. This is forward. Alright. Yeah, finally got a chance to read the manga Nichijou. That was kind of enjoyable. I feel like as an English speaker with an American perspective, like sometimes Japanese comedy can be or just comedy from like any group that's different can be a little different, or not like a little different, but like, you know, like it just doesn't make sense, I guess, you know? You just don't know like the innate like memes and like comedy stylings of other people. Like, and sometimes it doesn't matter, like some things are just inherently funny depending on the person. Like, I greatly enjoyed Bobobo. Like, I love that series. When I first experienced it, like it's literally the best. I hear someone. Huh, okay. But, and sometimes it just depends on, like, who the audience is for, like, when popular series get, like, gag manga, like, spin-offs, like, sometimes those are definitely usually, like, more geared towards children, so they're a little not funny to adults. Like, they're full of, like, a lot of the same, like, kind of gags and stuff. Like, I really struggled to read through, what was it called? It was, a Naruto one, but with, like, Sasuke as the main character. And it was, like, all chibi-fied and stuff, but it was, like, post-time skip Sasuke, and, like, I don't know. It was kind of a tough read. Like, some things, and, like, the Splatoon series, like, the Splatoon mangas, like, those can be tough reads, too. Like, they're funny. Like, they've got a lot of jokes. That art's really good and stuff, but, it can be tough. It can be tough. Okay. And we're back here where I can't find my way out. Nice. We're going to spend the rest of the video trying to find our way out. That's going to turn out to be that. It's going to be... I don't think it is. Because I feel like I remember I added a stone to get down. But I don't think... Because we dug that down. So it can't be that. Huh. It's not that. Huh. Yeah, I'm not really appreciating the feeling of just going in circles constantly. And that's just going back up. Not just way we went before. Oh my gosh. I wonder if we even have the patience to do this. Oh my goodness. Honestly, the best thing to do at this point would probably be to just go back to those areas where we were. A little higher up and just kind of see if we can't get back to the main parts of the cave through those dark areas. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Then we'll get rid of you. Come on. And this isn't gonna lead us anywhere, is it? Gosh darn it. Well, at least it's good to know. This, in fact, does not lead to anything good. Huh. Then how'd I get down here? I really should have made the way down a little clearer to find then, didn't I? Shouldn't I have? Okay. Alright, huh. Wait a second. Like, I'm all turned about, and that's no good. And it can't be here because this is the new stuff. Huh. And I don't think it was deeper in. Weird. Okay. Yeah, this was the deeper part that we just illuminated. That we are now leading an enemy through. Huh. I don't want to have to dig my way out. And yet I am struggling to find... Alright, so that's the other... We were just there. Okay. Well, give me a second to collect myself for a bit. I'll be back. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Clarity has not been granted, but I feel a little better now. So we'll do what we can. And if we have to dig ourselves out, and that's the end part of this video, that's fine. I guess the lesson here is, instead of talking about higher-minded concepts, before we're talking about philosophy and religion and politics, maybe we should figure out where the heck we are. watch where you're stepping, not where you're intellectually going, you know? Don't let your mind and mouth wander before you are capable of... Like, I want to say it's got to be somewhere in here, though. But it doesn't seem to be. I don't know. Well, we can explore this too, I guess. Might be more trouble than it's worth, but you never know. Of course. Yeah. Oh, hey, mushrooms. Cool. Hey, friend. Zooming around in the dark. Oh my. Yeah, I see you. What you gonna do about it? No, I'm not seeing any light, but we are getting... Oop. A little further up here. So that's good. Maybe we'll find... We did not find a way out. But we did get a little further up. So, wow, we could have fallen in a hole. That would have been bad. Okay. What I want to do... Gather all this dirt. And we got a lot of pickaxes, so I'm not too worried. There we go. We'll just keep climbing up. Okay. Yeah, it's not the fun way, but it's a way to do it if you can't figure out where the heck you are. And hey, we found... Did we find light? We found a way out. Nice. Is that the way out, though? Like, which hole is this? And can I find... Ah, I know which hole this is now. Okay. No, I don't. I actually do not know which hole this is. I thought I did. I thought we were a little higher than we were. Okay. Funky. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to make do with what we got, huh? Make do with what you got. Okay. Fine game. Deny me the chance. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna accidentally slay myself by being unable to jump. Okay. Fair enough. Haha. Slowly getting there. Hey, it's better than digging up all the way, though, I guess. A little more... a little less tedious. Still obnoxious, of course, but a little less tedious. And now I have... How dare you assume you can consign me to a buried fate world. Alright, so where the heck am I? My assumption is I'm not that far away from everything I know. In fact, if I had to say, I feel like this is the way back. It might not be. In fact, I may be going further away from everything, but yeah, I think I'm going further away from stuff. I feel like that's further away. Oh, hello, friend. Like, I don't actually know. Cool. I love being sniped. I feel like I remembered this being a landmark at some point. Oh wow, 2 of them. A bunch of them all at the same time. Duck and weave, duck and weave. Gotta keep moving, duck and weave. Is that my base? No. But it's good enough for me, for now. I'll take it. It is my base. I found my way home, all on my own. And all I had to do was get really, really lost a bunch of times. Why does everything want to hurt me? Yeah, it's inappropriate, dog. At least we leveled up, that's cute. Yeah, we'll let him be. He is just an errant slime. Oh yeah, a dolphin. Dolphins, plural. Playing in our little pool. Weird. Don't get beat. Just, okay. Like, I saw him go on land and it's like, no, that's not what dolphins do. Okay. And once again, we left the door open. That's always fun. It's always fun and exciting and cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, we ran out of fire. How? Weird. Interesting. Oh, that's what happened. Duh, I forgot to take that. Okay, that's on me. We do need more torches, though. And I believe we still have some wood left over somewhere. It's too bad we don't have any wood in here. Oh well. We'll do what we can. We'll do what we have to. There we go. And I feel like we can straight up just make... There we go. There we go. We'll just let it run its course. There we go. And then... got a lot of random stuff. That is true. Hey, at least we have torches again. That's nice. Lots of torches and lots of pickaxes. Huh. And yet, still no diamonds. Of course, we got lost. We got lost underground for a fair amount of time. Or an unfair amount of time, depending on how you want to look at it. However you want to describe it. I got a little too invested in talking about high-minded concepts, I suppose. Should have been looking where I was going. Okay. And I suppose if I was also being reasonable, like another good step to do would be to find that pit we found and label it, give it a nice old signpost. Maybe that's something we need to do too, is give certain corridors and different level branchings names just so we know where we're going underground. Whoop, that was a big drop. Airship base, Luppi home. Yeah, I am a little pleasantly surprised that it was fairly easy to find our way home. It didn't have to be, but it was, so I appreciate that. Let's see. I feel like it's a bit too early to call it a day. But at the same time, like I don't know, we got a lot of iron. We made up for what we lost last time, I think. We did get lost underground a little bit. That's always unfortunate. Maybe I don't know, I feel like at this point anything I do is just gonna result in me getting lost. It's too bad. I put in all that work and it doesn't really matter. I'm a silly guy. I'm a silly guy getting lost. But we do have landmarks now, so at least we can kind of figure out where we're going and what we're doing. So that's cool. But our progress at this point, it's kind of being arrested. It's kind of being held hostage by the lack of diamonds, honestly. And it's not like we super need them. Like if we had to, we could. There's ways to make progress, you know, without diamonds. It's nice to have them. They're good to have. I don't know. I don't know whether or not I want to force the issue too much, or if I just want to just kind of do whatever I feel like doing. I feel like if we start doing that, though, it's going to be a lot of like, I got lost in a cave for an hour or two, and then I don't feel like doing that again, so I explored the overworld and we didn't do anything again. And I feel like if we reach that point, then it's kind of pointless to keep playing, you know? Like, maybe not, but I don't want this to be like an 1,000 video kind of thing where you spent 10 years and didn't even beat the Ender Dragon. I want to see what it looks like. I want to I want to see if it's reskinned. I want to see if it's like a Bowser Ender Dragon. But I'm not really interested in spending like a decade to do it. So I guess we'll call it quits there, and I don't know. I don't know. I feel like all the ways to get diamonds are going to take a lot of time. It's kind of the bad thing about them. And also we have to be on the right, like, layers and stuff, and I don't know. I wasn't exactly keeping track of them. Okay, we're gonna steal you. And we're gonna boop you in. And we're probably just gonna kind of donk around a bit, just so we can get the rest of the iron stuffed in there. And then we'll call it a day. So we're waiting on iron. And then we'll say goodbye. Sorry, this was a little bit more of a boring episode. I don't know. Maybe next time. Oh, and I don't have a pickaxe anymore. Darn. Why didn't I think to pick one up? Maybe I should work on my panic, so as we get lost or trapped, I can just whip out the old freaked out Luppi. I don't know, I feel like I don't really emote that well, you know? So maybe practicing that would be really cool. At the same time, like, I don't know. I'm scared of things all the time. Like, I feel like you guys can tell. You guys can tell when I'm like, when I don't want to do something because I'm scared. Like, I definitely like procrastinate, draw things out, avoid things all the time. And that's okay. That's just it's a quirk of gameplay. It's a quirk of my gameplay, you know? And there are tons of dumb things that I don't think twice about, and then there are a lot of things where it's like, oopsies, I'm running away. We're gonna avoid this situation entirely. I feel like everybody's got those things. It depends on the kind of games they play and whether or not like they're freaked out by stuff in video games. I am not immune to the emotional propaganda that these games create. They can freak me out. They can make me scared. Intimidate me with their weird save spots and loot. I don't know. I've learned not to trust video games. If they're being nice, it just means they're gonna be really mean later. But yeah, hopefully this one wasn't too bad. I didn't have a plan again. I don't think we'll have a plan for a while. I am rushing through this by the seat of my pants. Or at least I wish I was rushing through it. Like, there are people who can speedrun beating this game, like, in hours, and it's like, how, or even minutes. I don't remember. I don't remember what the fastest time for a Minecraft speedrun is. Definitely less time than I've spent playing Mario Minecraft, though, definitely. Some of those people are really impressive. Of course, like, old speedrunners are really impressive, like, whether it's tool assisted or like no glitch speedruns, like, they're all pretty neat to watch. Especially like the games where they can just really break them, like, those are always really cool to watch. Just people just pull off the tricks so they can like slip through walls and stuff, or like go through doors. Like, that's always wild. Yeah, it's always really wild to like watch people use a trick that like you knew of as a kid to like get like more items and stuff, to like skip parts of the game. Or like when they use tricks you didn't even know of to like slip through like the floor and like pop up somewhere else. Like, I don't know. Speedrunners are a different breed, I think. I feel like that's enough time. I feel like that's gotta be enough time at this point. I need to remember to keep closing my door. Oh yeah. Nice. And there we go. More iron for the iron things. I don't know why I'd want it. Don't know why I need it. I mean, I know why I need it. We all know why we need it. But, okay. Made up for some of what we lost last time. That is wonderful. That is super good. I'll take it. So yeah, once again, ending our nice little adventure. A little prematurely, I feel, but it's fine. It's fine. We got iron. That's what counts. We're not quite at the diamond level yet, but we got iron. We'll find diamonds at some point, even if we have to dig up the whole underground. I really hope we don't have to do that. Oh, I really hope we don't have to do that. I really hope there are a bunch down there, though. It would make me really sad if we didn't find any at all. I have to go into creative mode and place some blocks down just to have some. Fill up a chest with them, hide it around. Yep. Okay, but yeah, that was Mario Minecraft once again. Thank you for watching me get lost in a cave. Thank you for listening to me talk about stuff that's not even related to Mario nor Minecraft. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.